understanding how to enter better into the shot put and discus, setting up the axis of rotation and shifting your weight. This is actually one of the more popular questions I get, so we'll be doing a two-part series, this one covering the discus. Now, I previously covered this topic by understanding your axis of rotation, the shot put, and the discus. Previous helpful videos can also be found in my profile under the throwing tips tab. It's important to note that there is similar footwork in both the rotational shot put and the discus. The most notable difference is the fact that the shot put is in the center of your spine while the discus lays farther away. Watch this video that I previously made to establish the axis. Your axis of rotation is just like the picture of the globe above. Everything rotates around it. Check out Valerie Alman as she stacks the majority of her body weight around her axis of rotation. The byproduct of you stacking the majority of your body weight on the axis of rotation leads into an awesome sprint. Now, understanding that we rotate around the axis of rotation, I will be talking about the 9 o'clock drop. This method of shifting your weight over is actually popularized by Mac Wilkins, the former American record holder. This method may be worded differently by different coaches, but the concept is still the same. The idea of the 9 o'clock drop is that going counterclockwise, your knee at 9 o'clock drops down to mimic a sprint position. Now, for the rotational shot put and the discus, they both have the 9 o'clock drop. It's how you get into the 9 o'clock drop which differs. So again, the discus is farther away from your spine, which would be a little bit easier to move. The shot put, on the other hand, sits on top of your spine, which makes it a little bit harder to move. For this reason, the left arm out of the back of the ring for the discus is a little bit less active than the shot put. During this method, it's important to remember to keep your right foot on the ground as long as possible for double application of power. Now, one of the most common mistakes I see in the 9 o'clock drop is dropping your knee down so low that you're not able to get out of the sprint position. How low you drop into that left knee can vary from flexibility and strength level from athlete to athlete. There are exceptional athletes like Ehsan Haddadi from Iran and Ryan Krauser that can get down super low and still be able to explode out of the hole. For the common person, getting down super low on the left knee may be challenging. So in this case, just stand up a little bit taller and you should be able to get out of the sprint position. It's important to note that not all athletes will look the same when it comes to the 9 o'clock drop. Again, some athletes may not have the same flexibility or strength levels as the professional athletes, so the 9 o'clock drop won't look the same. The ultimate goal of dropping the knee in the 9 o'clock drop is to establish stretch reflex, first through the knee, then through the hip, then through the pelvic girdle, ending up in the right leg. The energy, the kinetic energy that you build up will end up giving you a massive whip if you use it correctly. So here are a couple of things that will kill your 9 o'clock drop. Overwrapping. Overwrapping will make you drop or fall in the middle. Pumping the discus too many times. Pumping the discus too many times will change hip level and ultimately make you lose energy. Changing hip levels going up and down. So the goal will always be to go around the axis of rotation. This has no use as it goes up and down and not around the axis of rotation. An overactive left arm. A variation of the overactive left arm will be helpful in the shot put, but not in the discus. This will actually make you lose connection in the discus. The last common mistake I see is actually the worst one. Having your sweep leg go into the 9 o'clock drop. The sweep leg should come out and not into the 9 o'clock drop. This will make you lose balance and ultimately lose your throw. Thank you for tuning in this week's Tip Tuesday. I will be covering the shot put next week. If you found value in this video, please make sure to like, comment, and share this video as I'm trying to help other throwers just like you. I'm making myself available for any private or in-person coaching in the Central Coast or the Northern California area. If you're outside the Central Coast or Northern California area, no worries, I can still help with the video analysis. Make sure you're following all my social media for more videos just like this, on Instagram at Coach Frankie Martinez, on YouTube, Frankie Martinez Throws, and on Facebook, Frankie Martinez. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next week.